Our top story for this half-hour: Iranians staged fresh rallies against acts of violence and vandalism committed during recent protests against the rise in petrol prices in the country. They condemned the U.S. and Israel for fueling the unrest. Demonstrators from all walks of life took part in the nationwide rallies. They also chanted slogans in support of the Islamic establishment. Iranian authorities say the protests turned ugly after hooligans and gunmen backed by terrorist organizations infiltrated the demonstrations. They say the infiltrators attacked security forces and set fire to public property. The protests began last week after the government announced a rationing of gasoline and a rise in petrol prices.
Nationwide rallies have been held in Iran against acts of violence committed during recent demonstrations against a sudden and sharp increase of gasoline prices. Iranians expressed resentment at those defying the country's Islamic establishment and shouted slogans against the United States and Israel for provoking people to ride the tide of demonstrations and create chaos in the country. Iranians in the city of Shahriyar also held a funeral procession for one of the security force members killed during the riots. Iranian authorities say hooligans and gunmen backed by terrorist organizations infiltrated the demonstrations against gasoline price hikes. Iran had repeatedly warned about infiltrators trying to instigate violence. New footage has emerged showing masked gunmen shooting at protesters and security forces in the southwestern city of Andimeshk in Khuzestan province. The gunmen, along with rioters, are seen attacking police stations. They also set fire to gas stations. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani pointed the finger at Washington and Tel Aviv for stirring up unrest in the country. Rouhani said the U.S. has been seeking to instigate violence as part of its so-called maximum pressure campaign against the Islamic Republic.
The organized and armed hooligans acted based on a plan hatched by some reactionary regional states as well as the Zionists and the Americans. I believe this is yet another victory for the Iranian nation. As the leader of Islamic Revolution said last night, our people have always been victorious in the face of different enemy plots. Again, they came out victorious against the riots that were the enemy plot to foment insecurity in the country.
Earlier on Tuesday, the leader of Iran's Islamic Revolution praised the country's effective confrontation with enemy plots aimed at igniting unrest across the country.
همه بدونن هم دوستان ما هم دشمنان ما در عرصه جنگ نظامی دشمن رو عقب زدیم. در جنگ سیاسی دشمن رو عقب زدیم. در عرصه جنگ امنیتی دشمن رو عقب زدیم. همین کارهای این چند روز اینا کارهای امنیتی بود. این کارهای مردمی نبود، کار امنیتی بود. عقب زده شدن.
On Friday, the government announced a rationing of gasoline and an increase its price, saying the revenues would be used to assist the needy. The decision was followed by street protests in a number of cities, which saw acts of violence and vandalism by rioters. Iran has witnessed similar scenes in the past when certain elements sought to provoke chaos and confusion in the country. However, those behind such plots have always failed to achieve their goals.